Thank you for agreeing to be my mentor teachers throughout this journey, throughout my teaching experience period since I started. So I appreciate you. What we're gonna do, we're gonna just talk about the upcoming um, teaching experience that I have to do for my teaching out credentials.
Okay.
All right, and we just want to get certain expectations out of the way. We want to go through the MTAS rubric that you will be using to evaluate me, and some of the lessons and things that I'll be teaching the next semester.
Okay.
All right, so first we're going to discuss the upcoming teacher practice. So we'll look at the lessons. So next semester, we're going to cover body systems, genetics, evolution, and then we're going to do a review of life science and advance them into physical science. So in the body system, I wrote down that they have 5 weeks. It's just going to be a general overview. I will have specific lessons, and I'll get with you before that occurs to see the specific lesson plans. All right, but I gave 5 weeks of body systems, and we'll cover the levels of cellular organization, the major systems such as cardiovascular, excretory, digestive, respiratory, muscular, nervous, and immune systems. Then we'll look at the interaction of systems to support life.
Okay.
All right. That standard will focus on standard 7L, 2B, 2B, and then it'll be a complementary to 7L, 2A. All right, and then we'll look at genetics. I gave genetics 7 weeks, and we'll discuss the roles of genes and chromosomes, the inheritance of specific traits, asexual and sexual reproduction of organisms, and then the human influence on desired traits. We'll also look at artificial selection and natural selection. And these standards focus on standard 7L3, A, B, and C, which are complementary to A and B. All right. So then when we move forward, we'll discuss evolution. I blocked out 4 weeks for evolution. We'll again look at natural selection, environmental conditions, and fossils, and then the evidence of change. And these standards focus on standard L5, A, B, and C, which are complementary to standard 7L3, A, and C. All right, and then lastly, we're gonna review life science, getting ready for the benchmark, and then we're gonna advance them into physical science, getting ready to begin physical science in that 8th grade.
Okay.
All right, so those are the different types of lessons, different things that we mapped out for next semester. So.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions or comments on that?
Yeah, that looks good.
All right. In 7th grade, I have because I am the primary teacher in the class, a little different. And as a group, we came up with expectations that we need for the hallway period, and we have certain expectations that should be uniform across the board.
Okay.
In our classrooms, and then we have a certain little things that we have in our individual classrooms. But the 7th grade expectation, they say students should show consideration for others by transitioning quietly from class to class, moving in a single file line, and lining up quietly outside the next class. This right here is a big thing because we don't want to disturb others while they're in class, so we want to transition smoothly to maximize the instruction time period. Successful students are always prepared for class. Our kids seem to come out early that they didn't have the things they needed for class. So we want to stress, hey, do you have your pencil? Do you have your paper? Do you have everything you need to be successful for today? All right. And we look at our classrooms. We like our classroom clean. So we'll make sure to clean up our area before the end of every class. And after all, we want to leave it cleaner than we found it. It's just to get rid of bugs and things of that nature, because clean environments are a little bit happier environment. That's what I feel. We will not eat or drink, chew gum in the classroom unless given as a reward in a water bottle, and it should be disposable. A lot of teachers on that is kind of preference based a little bit. Some teachers don't like no food at all. Some teachers will be okay with it. With me being a science class, usually no food. And that's what I'm gonna try to kind of push forward a little bit more. Now we're given time to have snacks and stuff like that, but it'll be in the areas where that's not what we're doing in the experience and things of that nature. All right, and then it's important not to interrupt class. We raise our hands before we walk and talk. Hands before we walk and we talk. The kids had an issue of blurring out. So we want to have different procedures set in place to answer questions, to go to the restroom, just so everything can move smoothly. We can control the class from beginning to the end.
Okay.
All right. And in the 7th grade, we show respect to others, our teachers, and the other members of our school faculty and staff. Disrespect is a big pet peeve to me. I feel like if we just build every foundation with respect, then we get everything that follows a little bit easier. So
It does.
so those are the big expectations that we have on 7th grade hallway. And my individual one, they don't differ a lot from it. I do expect the kids to pay attention, to respond to. I have a clap that they respond to get their attention if
Okay.
it's going away. I like them to work together, and I like them to have a good time still in class because it is school. So I want them to have fun learning.
Okay.
So those are my expectations for my 7th grade students. We also have 7th grade classroom discipline cycle. I kind of took the lead on discipline this year on the 7th grade, and we came up together. Me and the team leader and the other members of our team came up with a discipline cycle type menu, and it just say be respectful, responsible, and be safe and be positive. All right, so classroom disruption will result in one of these consequences. First one, you get a reminder, which is nonverbal, and then the second one, you'll get a reminder, which is verbal. Third one will be a reminder you have to pick a consequence from this menu. Now, you have positive consequences for doing things well, and then negative consequences for doing things not too well. And when we say negative, it's just something that you wouldn't really want to do, but it's not nothing hurtful or harmful
Right.
to them. So it's to reteach them how to do it right instead of letting them know that behavior they did is okay.
Right.
All right. So it's just reteaching the expectation. We have something called a target sheet that monitors their behavior or monitors their academic progress. Silent lunch, they love to talk during lunch, so if you take away that privilege, that kind of is effective. Parent phone call, lunch detention with a parent phone call. A teacher assigned consequences. If you have your own little things, you get assigned something like writing an essay or something of that nature. And office referral for all major offenses. So if we can't handle it on the hallway, then we have to send it up the chain. All right, but some of our positive things are we have personal pride, future success, personal or class points, student of the week opportunities, positive, home, fun Friday participants, and leadership opportunities. So I just think even with the negative, we should have some positive to outweigh. So those are the discipline and the expectations that I will be trying to push through throughout this process. All right. So even also with that, and I know it's probably a lot, but also with this, there's a teaching out rubric that you'll be grading on certain criteria. And we have different standards. We have the first one is an INTAS standard 1 and learner development. And I'm not gonna read it directly to you. I'll make sure that you have a copy of this. I just want you to know that you will be evaluating me on these standards throughout this journey. So standard 1 is learner development. Standard 2 is learning differences. Standard 3. Standard 3 is learning environments. Standard 4. Standard 4 is content knowledge.
Okay.
All right. Standard 5 is application of the content. Standard 6 is assessments. Standard 7 is planning for instruction. Standard 8 is instructional strategies. Standard 9 is professional learning and ethical practice.
Okay.
And standard 10 is leadership and collaboration.
Okay.
All right, so those are the 10 standards that we're gonna focus on, and then I'm gonna use whatever feedback because it's a growth thing.
Okay.
Because I still feel new, but I feel like I got my foot in a little bit. So with these, all the feedback that you can have for me, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna apply it, and we'll talk about it as we make our way through this journey.
Okay.
All right. Is there any expectations you have for me?
Just make sure, I know you will, but following this, and then when I come in, just let me see your lesson plans when I come in so I can see that background planning that you had, and then the lesson itself,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
delivery. And then I'd like to, just to make sure that when I do it, we have a chance to sit down and talk afterwards so that you understand my
Your
scratches.
critiques.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you for giving me your time. I appreciate you for giving me just the privilege of working with you, because you are very respected, especially in this school and in this
Well,
district.
thank you.
So I appreciate you just giving of yourself, because you didn't have to do it. All right. And I thank you for meeting me down. Look forward to working with you.
All right.